has ni nani wewe tu.
Hey, my darling, how are you doing? Welcome to my sixth episode, and on this, a series of, the art of mastering our personal branding. And today we're going to talk about the power of perception, how people see you shapes your brand, or rather, how people see us. It's going to shape our brand. So perception is powerful, and I remember that I talked about perception on my elevating your life series. So you can go back there and check about perception, because I did go in depth. So although I'm going to touch some few things here and there, but here I'm going to bring how perception align with and goes hand in hand with personal branding. So, like I've said, perception is very powerful because it becomes people's reality of you. So, you can be talented, you can be skillful, you can be kind and brilliant, but if people don't perceive you that way, it won't matter. And in personal branding, you're not only managing what you create, you're going to shape what people remember. So today, we're diving into the psychology of and energy and strategy behind the perception and how to align how you see yourself with how the world experiences you. Did I make sense in that? So, first of all, let's look on what is perception. So, perception is the mental image people create about you based on what they see, they hear, and they feel, and what you portray outside there. It's how they interpret your tone, it's how they see your consistency, it's your confidence, your body language, and even your presence. So perception is more like the emotional footprint, or we could say a blueprint of your brand and what it leaves behind. Yeah. So in branding terms, perception equals reality. And it's not about manipulation. It's about alignment. So for me, I would say that true branding equals alignment between self-image and public perception. So let me talk about, a bit of the psychology of perception, how human brains seek patterns. People quickly categorizes you into confident or non-confident, into authentic or performance or performative, or credible or uncertain. So first impressions happen within 3 to 7 seconds, online and offline. And perception, the second thing I'll say, that perception is emotional, it's not logical. People might forget your words, but they'll remember how you made them feel. Every post, every story, and even the interactions you give out there, that's going to build an emotional reputation. So the confirmation bias would be that once someone forms an impression, so they subconsciously start looking for more evidence to confirm it, which is why consistency is your best branding strategy. That's why I keep on saying consistency is the new currency. So consistency is going to be your best, a branding strategy. So you teach people how to perceive you by how consistently you show up. And by saying that, I'm going to talk about the 3 layers of perception, because we do have 3 layers of perception. So, layer number one, it's called the surface perception. And this is what people instantly see in terms of your visuals, your tone, your presentation, and energy. So we got also the emotional perception. It's about how people feel when they interact with your brand, or even when they interact with you in person, before you even present your brand. But also remember, you are the brand. So the third, it's the reputation perception. So what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what do they say? So your goal here is to align all these 3 layers with your authentic identity. And by saying that, darlings, I am going to talk about now something I love so much, and it's called the 3A model of perception management. I feel like I'm lecturing here. So, what are the 3 layers? I mean, like the 3A, I've talked about the layers, but now I'm talking about the 3A models. So awareness, alignment. People would be like, why, Jerry, do you keep on talking about alignment? Huh? Because it's very important. And authenticity. So let's talk about awareness. So know how you are currently seen. You have to have that awareness. So what do people, ask yourself, what do people associate with me right now? Or how do people associate me with right now? You can ask for reviews. I did that, and I'm going to come to that, and I'll tell you guys. And you can ask, trusted people. You can Google yourself, and what 3 words describe you. Awareness reveals the gap between who you are and how you're perceived. Second is the alignment. Alignment is about matching your inner identity to outer expression. Align your visuals, your messaging, your tone with your values, with your core values. If your message is about empowering or empowerment, your imagery, your captions, the delivery as well should feel empowering, not apologetic. So alignment is going to build trust. And when perception and purpose align, you become magnetic, unstoppable. Let me talk about the third one, which is the authenticity. So you have to be real, not perfect. A lot of us don't want to chase our dreams or even, do take on our careers to the next level because we feel like we need to be perfect. No one has to be perfect. No one has ever done greatness. No one has ever tapped into their greatness with a lens of perfection. So perception management is not pretending. It's intentional truth telling. So people trust imperfection over performance and show your humanity. You have to show up with your human sense in it while you're maintaining excellence. So you can literally do something imperfect, but in a very excellent way. I don't know, in an excellence manner. I don't know if that makes sense. So authenticity doesn't mean showing everything. And like I keep on saying, do not overshare a lot, but it's about showing what's real, the real you. So by saying that, let us talk about how perception impacts personal branding. And I think I have some few, I think four areas I want to touch about. And one area, the first area, it's the visual identity. So this is the aligned perception of it. It's the consistent, the high quality, and the reflection of the values. If it's a misaligned perception, you're just going to be random. You'll be showing up, no consistency. You're just going to be showing up randomly. You're going to be outdated, inconsistent. The second area where your perception will impact your personal branding, it's through your voice and the messaging. So if you're in aligned perception, you have to be clear, you have to be confident, you have to be emotionally resonant. If you're misaligned, you have a misaligned perception, you'll be confusing and obviously contradictory. The third area, it's online behavior. Your aligned perception has to be engaging, has to be warm, has to be welcoming, has to be credible. Misaligned perception, defensive, silent, or performative. So the fourth area of how perception is going to impact your personal branding, it's through energy and presence. How do you align with that perception? By showing calmness, assurance, and magnetism. When you're misaligned with that perception, you're gonna be tense. You'll be unsure, and obviously you're gonna be overly curated. And let me say, perception can either elevate your influence or kind of like erodate your impact. And the key thing here, we want to impact, we want to elevate our influence. So we have to work on our perception, and we also have to align it with the right values so that we can be able to elevate. So let me now talk about something which is the energetic dimension. And this is something that like, I love to talk about energy a lot, so I'm not going to sound woo-woo, but whoever is going to get it is going to get it. So the energetic dimension of perception, so it's how your inner vibration shapes how the world experience you and I. So what is energy in branding? So every brand out there, it's going to carry, or has always like carried, an energetic signature, a frequency made up of your emotions, the intentions, and internal state. It's the vibe people feel the moment they encounter with you. Before you speak, before you post, before you even write a single word, perception begins in energy, long before it becomes visual. And I'll have to keep on emphasizing on that. This is why two people can carry maybe the same thing, and one feels magnetic, and while the other one is just going to be feeling forced. So it's not about content, darlings. It's about congruence. I think that's the word. Yeah, it's about congruence. So when it comes to energetic dimension of perception, we can't escape from the law of resonance. And in quantum theory, energy attracts energy of a similar vibration, right? And this is why they call it the law of resonance. So when your energy is clear, when your energy is confident, when your energy is authentic, your audience feels safe and inspired. When your energy is the opposite, insecure or even anxious, self-doubt, your audience feel it subconsciously. They pick it subconsciously, and they kind of like disconnect with what you're trying to say. So your energy either communicates, trust me, or I'm unsure. So there's no middle ground when it comes here. So um, people don't just judge you just by looking at you and feeling like, whatever they're saying doesn't really make sense. But first, it's about how they absorb your frequency. So it's not sometimes even your words, it's about the frequency that you're giving out there. And how does energy shapes your perception? And we got the energy you hold. Do you hold an energy of calmness and grounding? So if that's what you're going to be holding, your perception, the perception that you're going to create will be trustworthy and credible. And this one will result in people listening and investing in you. So if the energy you hold is joyful and passionate, the perception you create here is inspiring and engaging. And what the results of that, it's people share and follow. If the energy you hold is defensive and insecure, the perception you create is tense and approachable. So people are going to withdraw. That's going to be the withdrawal will be the results. The energy you hold is detached and overly polished. The perception here is going to be cold and disconnected. So the result is going to be, people scroll past that. So if your energy is aligned and authentic, so the perception is magnetism and relatable. So people are going to connect with you deeply. And darlings, now let's talk about the inner outer connection. Your energy is going to introduce you before your words do that. In every platform, whether it's in the podcast, whether it's in recording videos, posts, live streams, that energy that introduces you is going to carry the vibration you're operating in while creating it. So if you record a video from anxiety, or you do a live stream from an anxiety, it carries tension. If you record and from alignment, it carries calm authority. So your content, I'd say, kind of like hold consciousness here. This is why mindset, prayer, and presence before even showing up are going to be part of your brand strategy. It's not optional extras, darling. Mindset, prayer, meditation, and presence before showing up in everything that you have to do. This has to be part of your brand strategy. So, and by saying that, let us talk about the 3 energetic anchors for aligned perception. And it's intention, it's authenticity, gratitude, and grounding. Why intention? I want you to know that. I want you to note that before creating or even speaking, ask, what energy do I want people to feel from this? Is it peaceful? Is it empowerment? Is it hopeful? Is it strengthful or strength? If there's a word like that, strengthful or strength, is it going to give strength to people? Set the intention first. Your energy is going to transmit it automatically. So the second energetic anchor is authenticity. Authenticity is energetic honesty. So when you are internally aligned, your energy feels real. People feel your presence even though you are through a screen. You're not, on one-on-one, yeah? So fake energy is going to repel. Honesty energy is going to attract. So the third one is gratitude and grounding. So gratitude keeps your energy magnetic all the time. We've talked about gratitude so often. So, and grounding keeps it stable. So how do you ground yourself? You can meditate, you can pray. You just need to take 60 seconds before every live stream, before every post, before any recording, to breathe and center yourself. Your audience doesn't need your perfection. They need your peace. You need to come in peace. Don't bring chaos. Yeah. So, darling, so how can you do the energy audit? It's very important. Ask yourself, take a moment to reflect. So, what emotions am I carrying right now? Whatever emotions I'm dealing, that's why sometimes if I'm dealing with some type of emotions, I cancel that live streams. I'm not going because I know you can transmit it. And energy is very powerful. So, and also ask yourself, does this emotion align with my message? What feeling do I want my audience to live with? So then adjust, you can breathe, you can journal, you can move until your energy, and moving and dancing is also good to move your energy so that your energy can match your intention, right? So let's look at the energetic signature of powerful brands. And this is something I also did a test a few days ago, and I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to mention myself here. So the brand personality, someone like Oprah Winfrey, her core energy is compassion and authority. What people feel from her, safety and wisdom. Let's look at Sarah Jakes Roberts. Grace and fire, that's her core energy. And what people feel about her is faith and courage. Let's look at someone like Steve Harvey, right? The core energy is humor and truth. And what people feel is confident and connection. And now let's talk about the brand personality, Jerry Kimani. And this is, you have to do this with people that you really trust. So core energy, I got the answers here, is authentic and bold. And what people feel, based on what these people feel when they come into my channel, it's inspiration and freedom. So every brand that radiates a consistent energetic tone. The unseen reason the audience keeps coming back. That's why you have people who will always come to your content to see what you're doing, what you're saying, what did she say. They want to learn, they want to know, they want to listen. So you have to also ask about what is your energetic signature. So it's all about the core energy and how people make you feel. Just have 2 or 3 people that you really trust and that you really look highly, and they're going to give you the answers. And then look at them and what resonates with you. What does your really heart resonates with what they say? And if it's the truth, then it's going to align. So let me talk about the invisible algorithm. Algorithm change, energy doesn't. You can trick people into believing you're confident, but they'll feel it. So you can't fake peace because it radiates naturally. So if I come here and I'm not peaceful and I'm not confident, you will see it. Yeah, the energy is just going to show up. So I'll say the real algorithm is authenticity. So when your inner energy matches, darling, with your message, with your visibility, that tends to be, a magnetic. Yeah. So how can we cultivate magnetic energy daily? I think it's morning alignment. So you need to pray, you need to meditate, you need to affirm your brand I am statement. I talked about that in previous episodes. You need to move your body because energy moves through action. So you don't want to come to a live stream or create a post that you're bringing so many emotions with you that even they're transmitting, and your audience can totally like read between the lines. That's not what you want. Work on your energy so much. Walk, stretch, dance, wherever is going to suit you. So protect your space. Yeah, limit noise, limit gossips, limit competition, limit comparisons. Stay in service. This is something you have to practice every day. So you need to ask daily, who can I uplift today? When you wake up, that is your mission. That's your brand mission. So to uplift people, to empower people. So, or even to, you know, make people feel that, you're worth coming to. So who can I uplift today? Set and reflect. Burnout is going to dull energy. Rest is going to shape your perception. So you'd rather rest and reflect as well. So let me end by saying that energy is the invisible language of branding, and people may forget your content, but they'll never forget how your presence made them feel. And that is all about perception when it comes to personal branding. So your job is not to perform for perception whatsoever. It's your responsibility here. It's to embody the energy that reflects your truth. When you live in alignment, perception is going to take care of itself, and you're going to have a very powerful brand. And that's the end of our 6th episode. So, darlings, thank you so much for being here with me here and for your support. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I think I'll see you on our 7th episode, which we're going to talk about affluence and positioning. Until next time, see you on the next one.
Ninaani wewe tu.